Hi, Mystery Writers. Welcome to the Mystery Writer Studio. I'm Zara Altair, and this is a place where we talk about making a good mystery great. But today I want to just divert from that a little bit and talk about your author career and what you should be doing now while you're working on your manuscript to get ready to be an author, right? Because there's lots of work to do after your book is published. And one of the kindest things you can do for yourself is to get ready before your book is actually ready. And a couple of things that this does is one, it gets you into the habit of going from the creative side, which is your writing, to the thinking side, the marketing side, the business side of your author career, and they are very different. So, what you want to do while you're still writing that first book is get yourself ready. And what you're going to do is create what is called an author platform. And this is your way to create visibility about you and your book, um, so that people can find you once that book is published, and they can find out more about you. They can find out where to buy the book. They can find out more about the book. Um, but you need to get it all set up. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about how to do that. That's kind of the general why you want to do that, and why do you want to take time away from writing to do all this other stuff. It's really important. It's going to make a big difference in the success you have once your book is published. All right. Um, because once you finish that book, it's a whole new stage of your writing career, and you become an author, and you are in business, and your book is your business product. So there's a mind shift that needs to happen from creative to entrepreneur. And once you publish your book, you're in business and your book is your product. All right. So you have to think about it in a whole new, different way. It's the thing you want to sell. All right, it's your precious baby, but it is the thing you want to sell. So you can start building that business readiness while you're still writing your novel. And when you prepare your author business for your book release, you're really going to help your book's success. So I talked a little bit about the balance between the creative side of writing your story and the business side, and balancing those. And if you start doing this now, it's really going to help you understand what the differences are and how you approach that business side of your author career. So you want to right away start creating that balance and do some of each. So schedule time each week. Better if it's each day, but I know life gets complicated, but at least once a week on your calendar, schedule time to build the business side of your author career. And this is going to get you used to doing these activities. You're already familiar with scheduling your writing time, so you just schedule your business activities time in the same way. And now you can practice working on the business side too. And you get yourself into that rhythm of balancing both of them. So let's talk a little bit about what your author business platform actually is. It's a platform, a place to become public about being an author. In the 1990s, agents began looking for author platforms for nonfiction writers, and agents wanted to see published articles about the nonfiction subject and speaking engagements. And over the years, author platforms became a standard in the traditional publishing industry for both nonfiction and fiction. And if you finish your manuscript and you go out looking for an agent, one of the things they're going to ask you is about your marketing platform, your author platform. So you need to know what it is and how to set it up. Um, and so while you are writing your story, you can create public exposure for yourself on the internet. And it's a lot easier to get the word out about yourself as an author than it was before. Now that we have the internet, back in the 1990s, it was a totally different game, all right? So, if you decide to publish traditionally using an agent to introduce your book to publishers, you need that platform. They want to know that you have one and what it is and what you do, all right? And whether you are published traditionally or self published through re- retailers like Amazon, you need a platform to market your book. That's just the basics of how publishing is these days. So your author platform is really a big deal. And starting early to develop your platform as you write your story makes good sense. And the purpose is to establish future readers for your book. And you can do that while you're still writing your book. You can get readers interested in your book. All right. In today's world, you need to establish an online presence as an author, and it's the easiest way to let readers know about you and your books. And creating your author platform takes time, and that's another reason I suggest that you start doing it as you're writing your book. You don't want to try to do everything at once your book is published, all right? It takes time, and you're going to tweak what you set up and tweak it again. Um, and and I would say realistically give yourself a month to set up your author platform activities. It, instead of trying to do it all in one day. Setting these things up now teaches you a very useful skill, and that is dividing your time between writing and marketing. I think I've said this about 4 times already, but I'm going to say it again because you need to do both. And if you're serious about your author career, you need to do this. That's it. You just need to do that. I know that a lot of beginning writers think that um, all they need to do is get their book out in the world. Readers will flock to it because it's such a wonderful story. And that is just not the case. There are millions of books out there, and you are in heavy competition. And especially if you're a mystery writer, it is a huge, popular genre with lots of authors. And so you are in competition. Um, So let's start at the very, 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 very beginning of setting up your author platform. Before you establish your platform, you need to prepare some basic materials. So you want to keep these on hand. Google Drive is a great place to store all this stuff. And you keep them on hand for guest blog posts and podcast invitations and media like print and television and radio. You want all these things on hand, just ready to distribute whenever you need them. Um, First of all, write a description of your book. You'll probably revise this many times, but write one and pretend you are writing the back blurb on your book cover, what goes on the back of the book, the thing that gets people excited when they pick up the book. It's the same thing online. It's the thing that gets them excited about reading your book. um, and 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 doing that. There's a lot of information about writing blurbs about books. I'm not going to go into the details right now, but it is one of the first things you want to do because you're going to revise it many times, trust me. So that way it won't be a big scramble when your book is ready to publish. You are going to have that book description, blurb, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have it on hand to distribute, to publish um, for your book. And if you do print copies, it's going to be the back on the back cover of your book. All right. And then you want to write some author bios. Yes, there's more than one. All right. I, um, you want to write a short one, which is 25 to 30 words, uh, to post at the end of articles or on social media that does not allow for long descriptions like Twitter, all right, or X. And then write at least two more after this very short one, all right? A 100-word bio and a 300-word bio. And if you have a publicist or decide to do your own publicity, you may want a 1,000-word biography as well. And you'll probably rewrite these many times, but start with something now. Start with those three. Start with a 25 to 30-word bio and the 100-word bio and the 300-word bio, and make it book related. All right, make it book related and about you as an author. um, People may or may not care that you have 10 golden retrievers. You can add that at the end, but that is not the essence of your bio, and that would go into one of your longer bios, not the 25 to 30 word bio. Also, create an image, a formal portrait of yourself, both in color and black and white. And this is going to be for the same reasons for media distribution and publication. And often, if you do a ghost post or somebody does an interview with you, they're going to want an image of you. So make it something that represents you as an author. And that includes, full face. It's better without hats or sunglasses or any of those things. Your books may be mysterious and puzzling, but you don't need to be mysterious. Okay. So people really love knowing who the author is. And so a good image portrait that's engaging is going to help you with this too. Um, and then the other thing that you want to start right now while you're still writing is a cover image for your book. You want this for your website and any promotions you may do, and of course for the book itself. And I suggest that whatever your budget is, that you dedicate a large portion of your budget to having a professional book cover designed, because it's going to make a difference on how it appears um, on retail sites like Amazon, and how it appears when you send your book cover image along with your photo image of your portrait of yourself when you're doing media events or doing a guest invitation on a blog or an interview. So you just want to have those things on hand, and getting them all done takes some time. There's much, much more to do. You're going to want to create a website for yourself and your books. You're going to want to set up an email list. But just start with doing these things, because it's going to help you in your preparedness. And the more time you have to work on them, the better they're going to be. And really take yourself seriously. Go from being a writer to being an author, and all that it takes to create your author business. All right, thanks so much for being here on the Mystery Writer Studio. And just a quick little note, next Thursday is my birthday, and so we're not going to be meeting next week. But I will see you back in June, and happy writing.